Hello, and welcome back to the shared space we call YouTube. This video that I'm making right now, this is the intro, is a couple clips from me taking a little walk at a place I like to go. And then I have a short little talk, and the phone overheated because it is 105 out where I was at. But I was really glad because when it did overheat, I tapped out, just meditated on this cliffside, this ledge I like. And then I went for a short walk and I found the most beautiful scenery for you. So hopefully the talk is helpful for you in some way. It's a talk about balancing life with everyday challenges and responsibilities, and with grounding and finding your peace. So I hope you enjoy it and stay tuned. It's coming up, and if you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe, share with your friends, or just enjoy, whatever. Good morning, and welcome to my little ledge here, a little cliff. I love this spot when I need a basically flat walk Mm. Sometimes, in the heat, when it starts getting hot out here, I find places I can either one, find shade, but living in Las Vegas, two, that aren't so much of like an incline up and down type of a walk. This place is very soothing because I don't know if you can hear it, but from this ledge, I can hear the water going by and spilling over the first, like, little spillway, dropway, whatever. And it's not that hard on the body. So I hope you're all doing well. I'm gonna be sharing more videos of things out in nature because it's important for me, but also it can be important for everyone. It doesn't always have to be out in nature if that's not your style, but good health, a nice soft place to meditate. Meditate really for me is just allowing my mind to let go of all the things that we have to deal with on a daily basis in life. Like I'll tell you, I went yesterday, me and my girlfriend went for a walk in the park, a nice little nature park I like to go to. Then went to one grocery store, took my car for an oil change, and went grocery shopping there at Walmart. And, when I shop, nobody likes to go shopping with me. When I shop, there's a lot going on in my mind. Is this affordable? How many meals will it make? What kind of different meals can they make? Can it be used for quick meals, meal prep? And at the same time, I'm hearing, I have I don't know what they would call it, but my mind kind of picks up on everything like a antenna or sonic hearing, or both antenna and sonic hearing and conduit for energy. It's weird. So while I'm in the store, I can hear like all the people talking. I can hear things moving on the shelves, carts rolling through the aisles, the music and the overhead speakers playing. And I'm trying to balance my budget, find groceries, and then anything that distracts me. So it's really can be difficult for me sometimes to go grocery shopping when I'm planning my meals and trying to eat healthier, and so I kind of went on a little overload yesterday, but it was good. It forced me to meditate and nap when I got home after a long day. And then when I woke up, finish up some of the things that stimulate my mind, like the alchemy of Marbas, and then Marbas working with Mercury. I started to chart Mercury's placement last night. And these things are relaxing, but what I'm getting at is it's important for me, with the way my mind works, to one, work the body out, right? Like take a walk. I don't mean intense workout, because all that ever does for me is lead to burnout. and I'll give up very quickly because I do have injuries. I mean, physical activity where you're walking for at least 15 to 20 minutes. An hour is perfect, but finding a nice quiet spot, listening to this water go by, and the air and the breeze, feeling the cold breeze. I'm up high on a ledge, so the wind, the breeze kicks through this little valley here. And keeps me cool while I rest. I used to hike all the way. Sometimes I will. On cooler days, I'll hike all the way down there. It's a decent, doable decline, and the incline on the way back's a little extreme. But I don't like to do those on hot days. I like the flat surface better. And just ground all that shit out, you know? It doesn't have to be as hard as it appears, right? I remember from my own workings, like, people would tell me that it has to be this hard, and, you know, like, certain, they just frustrated me. So grounding it out in nature, sitting down, calming. Also, I've been really evaluating my life lately. Like, nothing negative or harsh against people, but I'm really trying to limit interactions that are always stressful. I understand that, like, you know, for friends and family, we can be there when we can, but I'm really starting to take a toll on, like, when every single interaction is yelling about frustrations in life. Not, like I said, not against anyone, but it's hard for my health. I've explained to you how my mind works. And trying to reintegrate after taking a year off of at least 3 times a day, a nice hour walk, a nice 30-minute walk, and grounding meditation is important. So maybe you're going through this right now, you know, like, we need to balance things in life. We need to balance our budgets. We need to take care of our home, our bills, our finances. We need to take care of our health, mental, physical, emotional. And we need to enjoy life too. We need to have good times with loved ones, romance with your lovers or girlfriends or boyfriends or wives or husbands. And, you know, I think little things like this, if I can share, can be helpful to not just those I love, but maybe people out there going through the same thing. It's not really the outer world's fault that we don't balance these things in our lives. It's really us learning to say, this is important to me and to my health. So for now, anything that is putting more stress on top of the daily lives that we already have, we need to let those things figure themselves out. You know, it's very empowering to allow people to figure their own shit out, right? I was one of those people. I learned in my life that, you know, my things I held within because everyone else was always going through so much. And I learned I can't really do that for everyone all the time. And I started to focus on those who brought happiness. And you know, those who bring happiness is okay when they have a little struggle going through. It's not so draining, heavy, and exhausting. But it was my choice to, like, it's always our choice to allow our power to be given away to the chaos of the normal world. But man, so if these short little videos are helpful for you, these quick little talks, finding an hour to 2 hours a day, or not a day, at least a couple times a week, to detach from a very, very busy, very dopamine-based societal norm we live in today. I say dopamine-based because, phones can be an addiction. And I say that almost as like a double standard. Like, here I am talking to you on a phone, right? On a video. So, but I had to put a stop to social media apps and even too many YouTube videos, because time consuming. Your mind is like software, so you're hacking your own mind when you allow so much infiltration of what's going on in the world today. And then it really hit me when it started to affect my dreams. Where my dreams, I know my mind is being hacked when my dreams become other people's problems in my dream time, where usually I have pretty cool dreams. And like I said, that's no one's fault. If anything, we hear a lot of preaching about taking time out from the mundane, from the phone, from the constant chaos, from the over busy schedule, from the overthinking, from the competitive nature, from all the distractions, right? We preach. But I spent a lot of my time doing these things to maintain healthy mental health and physical. I do not like having extra weight on. It's hard on my lumbar, it's hard on my thoracic, it's hard on my cervical, it's hard on my knees, it's hard on my feet and my ankles when I don't have at least a couple days of activity. Also, I like to integrate downtime as well. Downtime for me is like time where I won't have my phone on, I won't have my television on. For the last week, I have not had the radio on in my car as I drive. And I'm feeling a lot more calm coming together. But when I overbusy my schedule, like I told you yesterday with the grocery shopping, the car, the walk in the morning, and well, just how I grocery shop. I like to get in, laser focus on what I want. My phone overheated in that spot because I was in the sun a little too long for the phone. But I'm glad I got up there and came to this area where this waterfall is. I was probably rambling on. Spirit's probably like, alright, shut up, meditate. So I brought you here. My main message is find your peace where you can. Remember, we're in charge of our own health and well-being. So that's new, this area over here. New to me. It used to come off of that spillway, so the water must have been tunneling under those rocks for quite some time. Beautiful. Let's just sit here and listen to the roar. It's good to find quiet time alone if you have what we call psychic abilities, a neurodivergent mind, empathic, or if you're like me, I kind of just chalk it up to when I was young, being taken to places so beautiful like this in nature, in the woods, and feeling that distance from too much going on all the time. Like I said, it's a balance. I don't think you saw that bird. But it's a necessary balance. As human beings in our world today, we have to balance the energy of how we need to so that we can live, eat, drive, clothe, sleep, shower. But it's really important to balance that peace. For me, it's important because I know if I let the outside world in too much and I never get a break from holding that frustration from everything, I start treating people differently. And I'm really not that type of person. I prefer calm, happy, enjoyable activities. But if we absorb, we are the sponges of our own reality. You become what you submerge yourself in. So remember to wring your sponge out every now and then. Tap out, turn off. Who cares what's going on Facebook or the news for a while? Look at that, it looks like a dinosaur head or an alien head. See, these are the kind of things I say, like how nature animates. What's the message from this reptilian? Looks like a reptilian lady to me, leaning against the wall. What is the message to you? Next to this beautiful waterfall upon this high, not too high, but this overlooking ledge. Bring out your sponge, find your peace. Meditation can be as easy as sitting by this waterfall. Really busy trying to buy and sell today. But we forget to make time to just be. We are human beings, by the way. So I'm gonna sit here by this ledge, listen to this waterfall, and ground my busy days and busy weeks out. And then do some walking before I go home. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you found this meaningful or helpful in some way. I hope you didn't mind my little talk. Maybe it was helpful, maybe it wasn't. And I will see you next time. If you haven't already, click the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Drop a comment if anything in this video is messing or stuck out. See my mind starting to slip to meditation simply by the water, the sound of the water. If you'd like to share what the lizard lady, reptilian lady meant to you, go ahead and feel free to do so in the comments. See you next time. We have an astrology reading coming, or how to learn to use your phone to read your own birth charts and the charts in the sky. Okay, take care.